The iPhone 18 Pro is still several months away from its official unveiling, but that hasn't stopped the rumor mill from going into overdrive. In fact, some of the latest leaks suggest Apple could be preparing one of the most ambitious iPhone upgrades in recent memory. Every year Apple promises improvements, but the iPhone 18 Pro may deliver changes that users can actually notice and appreciate in their everyday lives, from groundbreaking camera technology and record-breaking battery performance to fresh design refinements and powerful next-generation hardware. The iPhone 18 Pro is already generating serious excitement among Apple fans worldwide. If these reports are accurate, this might not just be another annual update, it could be the iPhone that convinces millions of users to finally upgrade. So what exactly is Apple working on behind closed doors? And could the iPhone 18 Pro become the most desirable smartphone of 2026? Let's take a closer look at the biggest leaks and rumors that are making headlines right now. Let's start with what could be the biggest upgrade of all, the camera system. According to multiple reports, Apple is planning some of the largest camera hardware improvements in the history of the iPhone lineup. That's a bold statement considering how much progress Apple has already made over the years. Yet insiders claim the iPhone 18 Pro could take mobile photography to an entirely new level. The most talked about feature is a variable aperture main camera. This technology has existed in professional photography for years, but bringing it to an iPhone could dramatically change how users capture photos. For those unfamiliar with variable aperture technology, it essentially allows the camera to control how much light enters the lens. More importantly, it gives users greater control over depth of field. Imagine taking a portrait photo and creating a beautifully blurred background that makes the subject stand out with professional-looking results. Then, with a simple adjustment, you could switch to a landscape shot where everything from the foreground to the horizon remains perfectly sharp and detailed, instead of relying entirely on software processing. Apple may finally allow users to achieve these effects through actual camera hardware. If implemented correctly, this could be one of the most significant photography upgrades ever introduced on an iPhone, but Apple may not stop there. Leaks also suggest the telephoto camera is receiving a wider aperture. While this might sound like a minor specification change, the real-world impact could be enormous. A wider aperture allows more light to reach the camera sensor, which means improved image quality in low-light situations. Anyone who regularly uses zoom photography knows that image quality often drops when lighting conditions become challenging. With the rumored improvements, users may be able to capture brighter, cleaner, and more detailed zoom photos during nighttime events, concerts, sporting matches, and evening city walks. Imagine standing at the back of a stadium and still being able to capture clear shots of the action, or photographing a distant landmark at sunset without losing detail and sharpness. These are the types of improvements that could make the iPhone 18 Pro's camera system stand out from the competition. Video creators may benefit as well. Better light capture generally translates into improved video quality, smoother footage, and less visible noise in darker environments. Another interesting rumor involves Apple's camera control button. Sources claim Apple may redesign or refine the feature introduced in previous models. Although details remain limited, the goal reportedly focuses on making camera controls simpler, faster, and more intuitive. Apple has often succeeded by removing unnecessary complexity rather than adding endless features. And this redesign could follow the same philosophy for content creators, photographers, and everyday users alike. A streamlined camera experience could make capturing the perfect shot easier than ever before. Now let's move on to another area that could become a major selling point for the iPhone 18 Pro, battery life. In recent years, battery life has become one of the most important factors influencing smartphone purchases. Users want devices that can keep up with busy schedules without requiring constant charging. Fortunately, Apple appears determined to push battery performance even further. Several reports indicate that the iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max could offer the best battery life ever seen on an iPhone. That's a huge claim, especially considering the impressive endurance already achieved by recent Pro models. The first reason behind this improvement could be a physically larger battery. While battery capacity isn't always the most exciting specification, it remains one of the most important. A larger battery means more hours of screen time, longer gaming sessions, extended video playback, and increased productivity throughout the day. For users who spend hours on social media, streaming services, photography, navigation, and mobile gaming. Every additional hour matters. The second major improvement reportedly comes from Apple's upcoming A20 Pro processor. The chip is expected to be manufactured using an advanced 2nm process, making it one of the most efficient smartphone processors ever created. Smaller transistors allow the processor to perform more tasks while consuming less power. This means users could enjoy faster app launches, smoother multitasking, improved gaming performance, and advanced AI features without sacrificing battery life. In fact, efficiency gains from the A20 Pro may be just as important as raw performance improvements. And there's another key piece of the puzzle. Apple is rumored to introduce its next-generation C2 modem. Continuing its strategy of reducing reliance on Qualcomm components, the modem plays a critical role in maintaining cellular connectivity, handling data transfers, and supporting 5G networks. A more efficient modem can significantly reduce battery drain during mobile data usage. For users who frequently rely on 5G connectivity, the benefits could be substantial. Combined together, a larger battery, a highly efficient A20 Pro chip, and a power-saving C2 modem could help the iPhone A20 Pro deliver battery performance unlike anything Apple has offered before. For many buyers, that alone may justify the upgrade. Now let's talk about the design. At first glance, the iPhone A20 Pro may appear similar to its predecessor. However, several subtle changes could help it stand out in meaningful ways. One of the biggest rumors centers around a brand new flagship color. Apple's Pro-exclusive colors have become incredibly popular, and leaks suggest the company is preparing another eye-catching finish for 2026. Insiders describe the new color as a sophisticated blend of deep burgundy, rich coffee tones, dark cherry accents, and hints of purple, if accurate. This finish could become one of Apple's most premium-looking colors ever. Color options might seem unimportant on paper, but history shows that unique finishes often become major selling points for flagship smartphones. Many buyers choose their device based partly on appearance, and Apple clearly understands this. In addition to the new flagship color, reports suggest Apple could bring back a darker black or space gray option. This would likely appeal to users who prefer a classic and professional look rather than brighter or more colorful finishes. For many Apple fans, a premium Black Pro model remains one of the most desirable options available. Another rumored design improvement involves the rear panel. Sources claim Apple plans to better integrate the back glass with the surrounding aluminum frame, instead of creating a visible contrast between materials. The company may use a more unified finish that blends both surfaces together. The result could be a cleaner, more seamless appearance that enhances the premium feel of the device. Small details like these often contribute significantly to the overall user experience, even if they're difficult to notice at first glance. But perhaps the most exciting design change involves the dynamic island. According to recent leaks, Apple may reduce the size of the dynamic island by approximately 35%. That would represent one of the most noticeable display changes in years. A smaller dynamic island means more usable screen space for watching videos, browsing websites, playing games, editing photos, and reading content. The display would feel more immersive and less obstructed, bringing users closer to the full screen experience many have wanted for years. While it may not completely eliminate the cutout, it would represent another important step toward Apple's long-term goal of maximizing screen real estate. When you combine all of these upgrades together, a clear picture begins to emerge. Apple doesn't appear focused on introducing flashy gimmicks. Instead, the company seems determined to improve the areas users care about most: photography, battery life, performance, and design. Those improvements may not sound revolutionary individually, but together they could create a significantly better smartphone experience. Of course, it's important to remember that these features remain rumors for now. Apple has not officially confirmed any of these leaks, and plans could change before launch. However, if even a majority of these reports prove accurate, the iPhone A20 Pro could easily become one of the most important smartphone releases of the year. A professional-grade variable aperture camera, better zoom photography, longer battery life than any previous iPhone, a cutting-edge A20 Pro processor, an efficient new C2 modem, refined design elements, a smaller dynamic island, and stunning new color options. That's a powerful combination. Whether you're using an older iPhone, considering your next upgrade, or simply curious about Apple's future plans, The iPhone 18 Pro is shaping up to be a device worth watching very closely. The biggest question now is simple: will these rumored upgrades finally convince you to upgrade to the iPhone 18 Pro? Or are you waiting for Apple's highly anticipated foldable iPhone to arrive? Let us know your thoughts, and stay tuned for more Apple leaks, breaking news, and upcoming iPhone updates as we move closer to the official launch of the iPhone 18 Pro.